All right, guys. So just finally got her done. Got a good rain there on the rows there, so that's good. They're starting to pack down. So anyway, you can see here I've done a lot of work to this area here. I've taken out a ton of trees. I've got myself a new garden spot. I've got me some milling logs back over there, some firewood logs over there. So I've been pretty busy. So anyway, this is a start here. You know, many of you guys know that I moved, so got to have a new garden spot. So anyway, let's back up about a week or so, and we'll just we'll take you guys along here on how I got to where I'm at here. So anyway, a lot of work there. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, well, finally got done, and it's been raining, pissing rain, so, but anyway, couldn't get the cold, but I ended up with the rain. So anyway, doesn't that look different? Well, it looks nice. Anyway, so I got all the trees dropped, and you can see, I don't know if it picks up on camera just how much of a difference it made, but really opened this thing up. I mean, it almost looks twice the size, this opening here. So that's good. I mean, that was the whole reason that I'm doing this is, I mean, the firewood, yes, but the biggest thing is I need to gain sunlight, because you can see I've got trees over there, that's to the east. I've got trees over there, that's to the west. And I'd say I probably gained at least 3 hours of sunlight by doing this. You know, maybe more, but I think I gained at least 3 hours. So anyway, 32 trees is what I dropped here. And you can see, I mean, that was a big opening. This was probably a little over an acre, and there's not but maybe 50 foot left from where the trees dropped. I had to drop them into the center because, you know, like I said, with this fence row here, you know, all the limbs were growing this away. There was no way you could really drop them back into the fence row because all the weight was over this away. So anyway, there was several big trees in there, or bigger trees. The one I showed cutting down, it was probably 26, 27 inches across. I mean, I couldn't get through it with that's a 24-inch bar there. And then there's another bigger one back in there. He's probably right around that 24, 25 inch. All right, so several big trees. There's going to be a bunch of good milling trees in here too. That one especially there is nice and straight. No knots for probably 25 foot up. A couple walnuts and everything else. I had a couple locust trees back in here, and I dropped them off to the side because they were thorned locusts. I didn't want to deal with the thorns. But they're going to be used for my post whenever I get my blackberries in here. So anyway, this is what I've got so far. Now I have this giant mess that I've got to clean up. So anyway, I'll be another couple of days at least cleaning up all this mess. Like I said, the logs, what I can mill, I'm gonna save, and then the rest will be cut up for firewood. So anyway, I've got a lot of work ahead of me, guys. But this is step one. Like I said, I gained, I would say probably at least 3 hours of sunlight here on my garden, so that's good. So get back to work, and I'll get back with you whenever we start something new. All right, well, that took some doing. So anyway, I was able to borrow my neighbor's tractor there, which really helped. and he's got that tiller there on there, but all this ground is sod. So I also borrowed a buddy there. I borrowed his offset disc, and that's going to be a little better. But anyway, I've got a few sticks and stuff, a little bit left to pick up, but you can see here I have really opened things up. It looks almost twice as big. And I got some pretty good logs out of the deal too. So anyway, I'll just walk you back here. It was actually quite the ordeal. But right there is what I got for firewood. Now I burn wood strictly to heat my house, first shed, and then hopefully next year be the big shop too. So there's nothing just real big in there, but there's a decent little pile of wood. This year so far I've burned about 9 cords, so I don't know, there's probably close to that in there, maybe a little less. So in a couple of years that'd be some good firewood. And then here are the logs that I saved that will be for milling. There's some oak and some walnut and a cherry log, and so anyway, this is a real nice log here actually, that sucker. But anyway, that's pretty good size one there. That one's about 22, 23 inches across. So anyway, got some pretty nice logs there. So anyway, I just wanted to do this update here before it got dark. I'm gonna spend the next few minutes picking up these few little sticks, and then I'm gonna hook up that offset disc. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a buffer about right here, because I mean I don't need a 1.5 acre garden, but I want a nice one. And I'm gonna leave this buffer here where I can come and do my firewood, and then drive into the house and still access my logs there for the milling. So all this is gonna be disc up. Got to get moving here. I got to get the blueberries and the raspberries ordered. So I'll check back in with you guys here after a bit. All right. So I just got done back dragging the whole thing. Cleaned up all the sticks real nice. So now all I've got to do is hook up to this offset disc here and see what it'll do. But man, it already looks so much nicer. Looks twice as open. So anyway, I'm gonna try to get hooked up to that thing and see what it'll do before it gets dark. Alright guys, so I got it done, finally. This has been a lot of work. Got my rows established, got everything tilled up. I'm sorry I didn't get any footage of running the disc and tilling it up, but my neighbor, he needed his tractor back, so I was in somewhat of a hurry yesterday to get everything done. So anyway, it's done now. I'm glad. You can see how much more open it is, you know, by taking those trees out. I can already tell I'm gaining sunlight like no other. So anyway, I got everything tilled up, run the offset disc through it, and then run the tiller through it a couple of times, and it's pretty much ready to go now, which is good because we've got rain for 5 out of the next 7 days. So I was actually running out of time to get everything ordered. So what I've got is I've got my rows, I've got them established here, and this was all loose. So I'm gonna let it rain on these rows a couple times, and I'm gonna come back in and reform them. But down there in the corner, I'm gonna have the blueberries, and then strawberries and raspberries. Throughout the other rows, we're gonna have some blackberries down there. And then the raised beds are going to be back there in that corner. So everything will kind of stay to one side or the other, and then my general vegetable garden will be on this side, and you know, your corn and tomatoes and cucumbers and green beans and all your things like that. And I'm gonna actually I'm gonna block it off different than I ever have before. I'm gonna kind of section off every species of vegetable, so as they die off, I'm not coming in and working around other things like you would in a normal garden. I can just come in and you know, till them up, mow them down, and then get going, because you know, things die out different times of the year. So I'll put some paths in through there. You can see I split the rows in two there, where I'll be able to drive through there. So it should work out real well. It was a lot of work to get here, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I took out all those trees. So it's already, you can probably hear the birds just by pushing all that brush up. You know, being down here in the sort of in the woods like I am, I've found so many new species of birds that I've never seen before, which is odd, you know, because I didn't move that far away, but just different terrain. But it's getting nesting time already, and you can tell the thrushes and cardinals, and I've got quite a few bluebirds already that are down in there nesting in that all that brush I pushed up. So that's good. So anyway, I'm real happy with the way the garden turned out here. It's about 150 by 150, give or take a little bit. So I've got tons of room to work with, which is awesome. So we're gonna get her full, because I don't like mowing grass. Anyway, guys, like I said, just a quick update here. I'll bring you guys back whenever we do something else. I'm gonna get everything ordered probably this week, as far as the blueberries and the blackberries and the raspberries and stuff. So anyway, there she is. I'm real happy with it.